Yo, what's going on, guys? Bexio back, and today we've got a brand new video with Bitcoin. We just saw the price have another little pump up, and it is closing in on $40,000 right now. So obviously you can see this went crashed or pumped back up above these two little resistance lines, and these things are more short-term lines, but the biggest thing is we saw it get down to like 37,400 ish, and that had a lot of people, a lot of bears screaming that they were right, and this is a dead rally, a dead cat bounce, all of these things, blah blah blah, and they seem to have gotten very excited over nothing as we're already pumping, already getting back up close to $40,000. And you can see this in obviously the shorts, like we said yesterday, that the shorts, the confidence in Bitcoin to be pushed down lower didn't look like it was there because shorts were still trending down, and they are still trending down. You can see at 1780, it was 1800, 1900 last time. So longs continue to go up as well, getting back to that 50,000. So the price, it seems like the market and people who are shorting Bitcoin aren't very confident that that they can push the price of Bitcoin down much lower at this point. And we can look at the percent short and stuff. It's been basically around 3% to 3.5% at the most that's short, with 96%, 97% long. So it's just, it's the shorts are staying low. They're not really doing much. There's not lots of change in shorts. So for me, that says like the market is not confident in Bitcoin's price going lower. So obviously that'd be a really good thing for Bitcoin. Be something that a lot of people who are long Bitcoin, bullish Bitcoin, like to hear. But the bears aren't gonna like it, and they're actually hating this because they want a Bitcoin 20k, 10k, and those prices are basically never gonna happen. The likelihood of those happening is ridiculously low, but people are still going to be screaming for that, and I don't know why. But we can even look at the hash rate still, which is a great indicator for Bitcoin. The price, they're very correlated, and we're seeing a huge just uptrend in Bitcoin. We're already above the like November, October lows in 2020. So we're already climbing back above here. And obviously, we want to see this get back to around where it was, around probably 150 to 170 would be where we really want to see the hash rate climb to. And right now we're at 110, so not that far off. And miners are getting set up every day. And the narrative of Bitcoin is just killing more FUD points because mining continues to go up, as well as we have miners like TeraWolf here and Talent Energy say they're developing 300 megawatts of zero carbon Bitcoin mining capacity with nuclear energy. So that's another FUD point, another fear of or making people question Bitcoin's energy usage and saying it's no good and it's not going to be able to do anything and it's bad for the environment. And a lot of people are coming to realize, and miners are coming and saying, we'll just make it green and we'll do all this stuff, zero carbon emissions, make it green energy. And now you can't say Bitcoin's bad for the environment when all the miners are changing to green energy. And if you know about the Bitcoin Mining Council, when they came out with their numbers a couple months ago, I think it was, they actually said that all the miners involved in there and everyone got all their data and said that their mining was about 50% or 60% green energy. So if you can take that number and just say that green energy for Bitcoin mining is on the up and people are transitioning to that, this goes even further to show a big catalyst for Bitcoin, which would be Elon Musk hinting at Bitcoin renewable energy hitting the benchmark, the 50% point that he put out there. This actually happened during the B Word conference. They were talking about Bitcoin. It was Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey, Kathy Woods. They all talked about Bitcoin and were discussing different topics on it. But a big thing was that Elon Musk, when he said Tesla wouldn't accept Bitcoin and the price crashed, and him saying the 50% mark with an uptrend in green energy for Bitcoin is when he would re-enable these things. And right now, we're actually sitting at, if you take just the Bitcoin Mining Council's numbers, We're sitting at that 50 to 60% mark, and all these new miners are transitioning to green energy. So there's a big chance that Tesla restarts accepting Bitcoin as payment, and that might give a boost to the price when, Tesla announced that and stuff. People always follow things Elon Musk says and Tesla does. So um, it'll be a big change in Bitcoin, getting the narrative back to Bitcoin's being largely accepted, and then making everyone start to dive back into Bitcoin, I think. And after seeing these big price moves in Bitcoin, obviously getting closer to 40K, there's been a bunch of news and a bunch of people coming out talking about how Bitcoin is something that, now has a huge price target on. So you can only assume, people who wanted cheaper Bitcoin are happy with what they have, because we can see big firms and stuff coming out talking about Bitcoin ending 2021 between 80,000 90,000. That's Pantera Capital CEO predicts that. And then you also have right now Bloomberg reports saying Bitcoin's back on trajectory towards $100,000. And obviously this is known, or they're basing it off of supply declining while demand and adoption is rising, and we can clearly see that in all these exchanges. The movement out of exchanges and stuff has been really ticked up and really going very bullish for Bitcoin, where we've already said this before, all these charts, Bitcoin supply continues to go down, people take it off exchanges, and then that in turn, if demand stays exactly the same, price still goes up. If demand goes up, which it is going up, and adoption's going up, then the price could actually see a big surge in stuff. And obviously they're projecting 100K, and even Pantera 80 to 90K. So everyone is thinking at least getting close to six figures by the end of 2021 is something that is very likely to happen. They think that it's going to happen. There's the trajectory and predictions for all of these big firms think that it's going to happen. And the last thing about Bitcoin, that's kind of what Bitcoin's all about, and like saving your time and energy, you're putting time into money, saving it, and not having to worry about someone else at some point devaluing your savings, which is your time. And that would be this chart right here. Pretty simple. The median exchange house priced in Bitcoin. So the yellow line is Bitcoin and the blue line is US dollars. So the blue line, we can see, started just under $250,000 for a house in 2016, and then that is up to almost $350,000 in 2021, August 1st. So we're seeing this huge move up. It costs you $100,000 more for the median house than it did 4 or 5 years ago. When you compare that to Bitcoin, it cost 512 Bitcoin in 2016 to buy the median house, and that's trended all the way down to about 8 Bitcoin to buy a medium house. And this is what Bitcoin does, is it saves your time and energy and hard work, where over time it gets harder to get Bitcoin and the value of Bitcoin goes up. So obviously you see pricing it against things like housing. Over time, with US dollars, with inflation, housing costs go up, but with Bitcoin, housing costs go down. So you take a lot of things and compare it to Bitcoin, and it's actually gone down in value compared to Bitcoin. But if you compare it to the dollar, it has skyrocketed in value. So that just is something to think about when looking at assets and things, and why Bitcoin's important, because you can put money in Bitcoin for a minimum 4 years, and if longer, better. But you can put your money and save hard work in Bitcoin, and over time, it will be able to buy you more stuff, where if you put that same time and hard work in money put in the bank for 4 years, clearly you would have lost out. It costs $100,000 more now than it did 5 years ago. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Some Bitcoin stuff, the miners moving back, shorts continuing to plummet, and the hash rate just keeps going up. So we love to see these signs. Everything's bullish for Bitcoin. Even in the short term now, we're kind of flipping that switch, and it's good to see. So as always, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. See you guys in my next video.